Here's your awfully rewritten, expanded LBU 500 word style script with deeper storytelling, stronger emotional hooks, and smooth YouTube narration flow. It keeps the same core idea but makes it more powerful, engaging, and cinematic. Before you ever blame eggs for clogging your arteries, before you cut them out of your diet thinking you're protecting your heart, you need to hear this, because what you've been told for years is not the full story, and in many cases, it's been pointing you in the wrong direction. While the real problem continues to grow quietly beneath the surface. Let me explain. I want you to pause for just a moment and really think about your body, not as something fragile, not as something constantly under attack, but as something incredibly intelligent. Your body is not random. It is not careless. Every system, every response, every reaction is happening for a reason. Now let's talk about your arteries. Most people imagine arteries as simple pipes, like plumbing in a house, where things can clog if you put the wrong thing in. But that image is completely misleading. Your arteries are not lifeless tubes. They are living, dynamic, highly responsive structures. They are constantly adapting to everything you do, everything you eat, everything you think, how you move or don't move, how well you sleep or how poorly you rest, even how you respond to stress. Every single one of these factors is communicating with your arteries every moment of every day. Now, when your arteries are healthy, something incredible is happening inside your body. The inner lining, called the endothelium, is smooth, flexible, and responsive. It expands when it needs to. It contracts when necessary. It allows blood to flow freely, efficiently, effortlessly, and that blood carries life, oxygen to your brain, nutrients to your cells, energy to your muscles, support to your heart. Everything depends on that flow. But the moment that inner lining becomes irritated, inflamed, or damaged, everything begins to change. Not overnight, not dramatically at first, but slowly, quietly, steadily. The system starts to break down. And this is where the misunderstanding begins. Because for decades, people have been told to fear one thing above all else: cholesterol. And along with it, foods like eggs. You've probably heard it before. Eggs raise cholesterol. Eggs clog arteries. Eggs are bad for your heart. So what do people do? They remove eggs from their diet, thinking they're doing something good. But here's the truth. That's not how the body actually works. Cholesterol is not the villain it has been made out to be. In fact, cholesterol plays a critical role in your body. It is used to build cells. It helps produce hormones. It supports brain function. And most importantly, it is part of your body's repair system. Yes, repair. Let me explain something most people have never been told. When there is damage inside your arteries, your body responds immediately. It doesn't ignore the problem. It doesn't wait. It takes action. And one of the things it sends to that damaged area is cholesterol. Not to harm you, but to help you. Think of it like a patch, like a bandage, like your body trying to protect that weakened spot and prevent it from getting worse. Now here's where things get serious. If that damage is occasional, if your body has time to heal properly, everything works as it should. But if the damage keeps happening again and again and again, that repair process never stops. Your body keeps sending more cholesterol, layer upon layer, trying to keep up with the ongoing damage. And over time, that's what becomes plaque. So now ask yourself this question. Is cholesterol the problem, or is it the damage that's triggering the repair? Because that changes everything, and it leads us to a much more important question. What is actually causing the damage in the first place? This is where things become real, because the biggest causes of arterial damage are not what most people think. They are not a single whole food, They are not something you eat once in a while. They are patterns, habits, things people do every single day, without even realizing the impact. Let's start with one of the biggest. Blood sugar spikes. Every time you consume refined carbohydrates, processed sugars, sweetened drinks, your blood sugar rises rapidly. And when this happens repeatedly, it creates a damaging process inside your body, a process known as glycation. This is where sugar molecules attach to proteins in your body, including those in your arteries. And when that happens, those proteins become stiff, less flexible, less functional. Imagine your arteries losing their elasticity, becoming rigid, less able to respond. That's damage, and it happens silently. Now let's talk about another major factor. Processed oils. These are oils that have been exposed to high heat, oxygen, and chemical processing. When that happens, they become oxidized. And oxidized compounds are unstable. They irritate the lining of your arteries. They promote inflammation. And inflammation is one of the key drivers of damage. Now add to that chronic stress. This is something many people overlook. But stress is not just a feeling, it's a physiological state. When you're constantly stressed, your body stays in a heightened state of alert. Cortisol levels remain elevated. Your nervous system stays tense. And over time, this contributes to inflammation throughout your entire body, including your blood vessels. Now think about your daily life. How often are you truly relaxed? How often is your body in a calm, balanced state? For many people, the answer is not often enough. Now let's look at movement, or more accurately, the lack of it. Your body was designed to move. Walking, stretching, circulating blood. Movement creates something called shear stress, a healthy force that helps keep your arteries flexible and responsive. But when you sit for long periods, hour after hour, that natural stimulation disappears, circulation slows, and over time, this contributes to dysfunction. Now combine that with poor sleep. When you don't sleep properly, your body doesn't get the chance to repair. Hormones become imbalanced, inflammation increases, recovery slows down, and everything begins to compound. So now take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Repeated sugar spikes, processed oils, chronic stress, lack of movement, poor sleep. These are the real drivers of arterial damage, not eggs, not a single whole food. Now let's bring eggs back into the conversation, because eggs are actually one of the most nutrient-dense foods available, especially the yolk. And for years, people have been told to throw it away, which is one of the biggest nutritional mistakes. The yolk contains choline, a powerful nutrient that supports your brain, your nervous system, and your liver. It helps your body process fats efficiently, it supports cellular function, and it plays a key role in overall health. Eggs also provide high-quality protein, the kind your body can actually use, and healthy fats, which help stabilize blood sugar. And when your blood sugar is stable, you reduce one of the biggest sources of damage in your arteries. So instead of fearing eggs, we need to shift our focus. We need to stop looking at isolated foods and start understanding the system as a whole. Let me ask you something honestly. How many people avoid eggs, but still consume processed foods daily? Still experience constant sugar spikes? Still sit for hours without moving? Still carry stress from morning to night? That's like blaming the firefighter. Instead of the fire, it doesn't make sense. Your body is not working against you. It is constantly trying to protect you, constantly trying to repair you. Every response, every signal is part of that effort. But if the environment you create continues to produce damage, that repair process never ends. And over time, that's what leads to problems. So if you truly want to protect your arteries, if you truly want better circulation, more energy, and long-term health, you have to focus on the root cause, not the symptom. Start by reducing inflammation. Look at what you're eating daily, not occasionally, but consistently. Stabilize your blood sugar. Choose whole foods. Reduce refined sugars. Support your body instead of overwhelming it. Move your body every single day. It doesn't have to be extreme, but it has to be consistent. Walk, stretch, stay active. Give your body what it was designed for. Improve your sleep, because that's when your body heals. That's when repair happens. And manage your stress, not by ignoring it, but by addressing it, breathing, slowing down, creating moments of calm. because your body responds to that. And when you start doing these things, something powerful happens. Your body begins to change. Blood flow improves. Inflammation decreases. Energy increases. Your mind becomes clearer. And most importantly, you stop chasing the wrong problem. You stop fearing the wrong things. And you start taking control of your health in a way that actually works, not based on fear, but based on understanding. Because once you understand how your body truly works, everything becomes simpler, more logical, more effective. So the next time you look at an egg, don't see it as something to fear. See it for what it is, a nutrient-dense food. That can be part of a healthy lifestyle. And remember, it's not about one food. It's about the environment you create inside your body every single day. That's what determines your health. That's what determines your future. I hope this message gives you clarity. I hope it shifts your perspective. And most importantly, I hope it helps you make better choices moving forward. Wishing you, your family, and your loved ones strong health and a better tomorrow. And as always, make it a great day.